A Nevada prison official says OJ Simpson, the former football legend and Hollywood star, has been released from a Nevada prison in Lovelock after serving 9 years for armed robbery. Unlike when he walked free after his murder trial in 1995, Simpson faces parole supervision for another 5 years. Nevada State Prison spokeswoman Brooke Keast told reporters that Simpson, 70, was released early on Sunday at 12:08 a.m. local time to avoid media attention. She said she did not know who met Simpson upon his release and didn't know where Simpson was immediately headed in his first hours of freedom. "We needed to do this to ensure public safety and to avoid any possible incident," Keast added. Simpson was looking forward to reuniting with his family, eating a steak and some seafood and moving back to Florida, his lawyer said recently. Simpson also planned to get an iPhone and get reacquainted with technology that was in its infancy when he was sent to prison in 2008. Simpson told the parole board earlier this year that he wanted to live in Florida, where his daughter Sydney lives. The Florida Department of Corrections said officials had not received a transfer request or required documents. He also told the court in July he was not interested in media appearances, and had turned down multiple interview offers while in prison. However, given his notoriety and the promise of huge sums from U.S. networks, publishers and magazines, he may well change his mind now he's been released. Simpson was sent to prison in Nevada for a botched hotel room heist of sports memorabilia 12 years after he was acquitted of killing his ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her friend, Ronald Goldman in Los Angeles. Moment OJ Simpson granted Parole 1:06. The Juice Simpson was an American football star who broke records during his prime playing as a running back for the Buffalo Bills and the San Francisco 49ers in the 1970s. That success meant he was in demand after retiring, becoming a familiar figure on television as well as acting in films. His sporting achievements saw him inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1985. By then he had met and married his second wife, Nicole Brown. They had 2 children together before she filed for divorce in 1992 after he was investigated a number of times for domestic violence. Trial of the century. Brown and her friend were found dead outside her home in 1994. They had been stabbed to death. Simpson was questioned and later ordered to turn himself into police. However, he fled and the ensuing low-speed police chase, during which a convoy of vehicles followed Simpson in a white Ford Bronco down Interstate 405, was broadcast live on television. It set the scene for an extraordinary court case which gripped America. Some 100 million viewers were watching when a jury finally found Simpson not guilty at the end of an 8-month trial in October 1995. Although the prosecution had an overwhelming amount of DNA evidence, the defense was able to argue that mistakes made by investigators may have contaminated the crime scene. Simpson was also unable to fit his hand inside one glove found at the scene and another found near his home. The moment OJ Simpson was found not guilty of murder 01:27 civil lawsuit, Brown's family never accepted the verdict and brought a case against Simpson for wrongful death. After 4 months, a jury awarded the victims' families $33.5 million in compensatory and punitive damages, holding Simpson responsible for their deaths. Las Vegas robbery. Simpson's final downfall came in 2008, 13 years to the day after he was acquitted of murdering his ex-wife. The star was convicted of kidnapping, armed robbery and 10 other charges for assembling a gang of 5 men a year earlier for help seizing game balls, plaques and photos from a hotel and casino complex. Simpson always insisted he was merely reclaiming mementos that had been stolen from him. He was sentenced to spend 33 years in prison with a possibility of parole after 9 years, a stiff sentence his supporters said was payback for the not guilty verdict in the murder trial. Parole hearing of the century. Simpson served his time at the Simpson Lovelock Correctional Center in Nevada, where he was known as inmate 1,027,820. In 2013 his good behavior in prison helped win him parole for the less serious convictions. That left the Nevada Parole Board of Commissioners to consider on July 20 this year the more serious offenses of assault with a deadly weapon and 4 weapons charges. The hearing was broadcast live on television and the board ruled parole could be granted. Timeline: OJ Simpson 1967. OJ Simpson leads all college running backs in rushing in his first season at the University of Southern California. 1968, Mr. Simpson wins the Heisman Trophy, college football's top honor. 1969, the first pick in the pro draft, Mr. Simpson goes to the Buffalo Bills and spends the next 9 seasons with the team. 1973, he becomes the first NFL player to